Now, Brandon. So
Yes, John.
I said coming into last week, and I said in the last couple of weeks, Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers would win the NFC South. Looking back now, I look at Sam Darnold's performances, and I've been impressed. Uber impressed.
Yeah. Oh, Uber, bringing that word back.
But,
What?
the Buccaneers, a team that was struggling to even get up ahead against the Panthers, without their best defensive player in J.C. Horn,
Yeah.
they did what you could have expected. They came back. Tom Brady threw 3 touchdown passes to Mike Evans, who had over 200 yards, capping off, or just about capping off the season with 1,100. We could talk about Mike Evans' 1,000-yard season streak, which is something else.
9 straight.
We're going to 9 straight. Yes, that's right. I'm really disappointed in Carolina before we even jump into Tampa Bay. Carolina is, in my opinion, a team that should be in the playoffs right now. If J.C. Horn is healthy, you guys do not win that game. I am sorry, but in all due respect, Mike Evans torching C.J. Henderson, to me, it's not moving the needle for me at all. I look at a Panthers defense that has been really stout, an offensive line that has really shut up in recent seasons. I know you don't want to give them credit for that, but they've improved pretty sizably this last offseason on the line. And then you look at the play of Sam Darnold. Man, the thing that really disappoints me the most is that J.C. Horn injury, because the Buccaneers right now would not be in the playoffs. Let's be clear. If J.C. Horn is healthy, the Bucs do not make it.
All right, John, time out.
And the second thing is, I expected a little bit more fire with Steve Wilks coming in and really being that I guess this, what would you even call it? The rah-rah type of personality, really setting the tone.
Yeah,
Motivator, if you will.
John, hold on.
Buccaneers have won the NFC South.
But let's be clear.
I'm pretty disappointed right now.
Let's be very clear, though. You keep talking J.C. Horn. You realize who was out for the Buccaneers on their side of the field, right? Their best cornerback in Carlton Davis was injured. And I don't care if you don't want to stack them up in terms of talent where J.C. Horn's better. I'm not going to argue that. But in terms of value to their team, best corner out. You want to go even deeper. Was Shaq Barrett on that field, their best pass rusher? No, he's been out for how many weeks? So we can go tit for tat with these injuries, and I think you'd lose that debate when it comes to the Buccaneers because they've been much more injury ravaged. Now, I mean, what you did tell me is that the Panthers have had an elite run game over these last, how many games Steve Wilks has been in as interim head coach. Just for clarification, the Panthers ran for 74 total yards on the Buccaneers. All right, so that run defense can still show up for the Buccaneers when it needs to. And you said Sam Darnold has been impressive to you. And I'll give Darnold his credit. Credit is due. He's played well. He also played well for 3 straight games last year, and then he went back to being Sam Darnold. And in this game, the Panthers-Bucs game, I just was like, just wait. Darnold's going to Darnold. He's going to make his mistakes. And what did he do? He made those mistakes. Did he make great throws? Yes, and I gave him that credit. But he's going to Darnold, and he's going to make those mistakes, and he's always going to leave you wanting more. He's not the guy, okay? And I mean, this was I love how it literally took the Buccaneers to win this division for you to finally be like, okay, the Buccaneers are going to win this division, because you started off with the Saints before the season. Then you had a little 3-4 game spell with the Falcons. Then you moved on to yes, you did. Then you moved on to the Carolina Panthers. Now you're finally like, okay, they've clinched it. The Bucs are going to win this division. So it's very laughable this whole season, John, when it comes to the NFC South and you. It's very laughable because you tried at every turn, you tried to say, no, it's this team. No, it's this. It's not going to be Brady again. He's done. Just go home. Leave. He's not going anywhere. And
John's picked everybody in that division but the Buccaneers.
Except for the Bucs. That's what I'm saying. And he's still probably he may try to make the argument that he doesn't even want to pick the Bucs now, and they clinched it. He's like, the Panthers would have won if they had J.C. Horn, damn it. All I've said is that when you give Brady a close game, he can find a way to get the job done. And what I've said all season And what I've said is that I'm sticking on the boat and I will go down with the ship with the Bucks. They are still my Super Bowl prediction this year. I'm going down with the ship. They are rolling into the play. Now, the Arizona game was terrible, but a win is a win is a win, as they say. All right, they got to win. They're 2-0 right now. They're going to face Atlanta next week. I forget if that game's in Atlanta or Tampa Bay. Atlanta. I expect the Buccaneers are going to play their starters. Let's be very clear. Tom Brady's playing. He's already said this. There's no question about it. The Buccaneers are going to beat the Atlanta Falcons. They're going to go 3 straight wins, 3-0, rolling into the playoffs. Hopefully they play a great game and they can continue this momentum that they started with the Panthers playing I think we can agree, their best offensive game of the season. Brady had his best game of the season, and you want to continue that momentum. Momentum is huge in the NFL. They're getting healthy at the right time. When you have 12 as your quarterback and you're going into the playoffs and it's do or die games, it's win and you keep going, lose and you're out. I believe in number 12, the greatest of all time, to get the job done. Anything is possible with that guy under center. So you think that the Cowboys want to go to Tampa Bay? You think the Eagles want to go to Tampa Bay for a week one for the wild card round? You think any team wants to see Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? No, they want somebody else to do the dirty work. Well, he's in 14 straight playoff appearances, I believe it is, or division title wins, something like that. I forgot what it was. Stop counting this brother out, John. Stop.
He's so right, man. Nobody wants to run into Tom Brady in the Bucs. I think the NFL has way too much respect for Tom to say, "Oh yeah, I want to face Tampa Bay this week in the playoffs." No, the hell you don't. No, the hell you don't. Because if they're healthy, and you know we've been waiting for that one game, and I've been saying it, I'm waiting for that one game for Brady to really explode and not have to throw 50 passes and barely scratch 300 yards to win a game, or you know his receivers just not be on the same page as him. It was nice to see Mike Evans and him clicking, him and Godwin clicking. Did you see the deep balls that he was throwing in that game? I don't know if that guy is 25 or 45.
Justin, what I just got to say about Mike Evans, he hit the guys with the classic move, and it's more of a basketball move. John might know it. I call it the Dwayne Wade special, where you fake like you're slowing down, you're not going to do anything, you just explode out of nowhere. That's what Mike was hitting those guys with. He was slow and laboring, and then he just boom, I'm open now. You lull them to sleep, as they say. So yeah, I mean those deep bombs where they were hitting their connection, Justin. Yep.
And Mike, you got to give respect to Mike Evans, man. He's so underrated. I think that's 9 straight seasons of 1,000 yards, and he joined some elite company with Jerry Rice, and I forgot who else was on that list.
Randy and Larry Fitzgerald are right above him
as the only people to do that. So that's big names. You know, Mike Evans falls really under the radar when it comes to, you know, the top flight receivers in this league. But year in and year out, he's one of the biggest red zone threats, and he's always cracking over 1,000 yards every single season. I think we got to give some respect to him because, he shows up every single season.
He made my boy one of my favorite college football players of all time, Johnny Manziel, first round pick. He then goes to Tampa with Jameis Winston, and it's still pass-happy offenses, but even still, you look at Evans' consistency through these years as a testament to his durability, never played less than 13 games, and really that presence he plays. You alluded to the stop-and-go move before. The guy is, one of the best contest catch receivers I've ever seen. The funny thing with Evans is he's one of the most respected receivers because of that consistency, but I kind of wonder, has Mike Evans at any point really been like a top 5 receiver? I always feel like he's been top 10, a little bit trending toward the low end wide receiver number 1, but I think that's the reason why people don't pay him enough respect, because he's had these 1,000, 1,200 yard seasons, but only in 1 year he's had more than 1,300. That was 2018.